So here we are.
Yeah, we are off and running.
How nice is Angry for coming to get me from the hostibule? Because I had to go in the hostibule again.
Yeah.
And then they had to put a scope in me. And it's not the nice scope.
No.
It's the scope that you get from the German bloody beer barn.
Yeah. Yeah. Suffice to say, I've seen people talking about this sort of thing on websites. It's normally what they call specialty interest.
Specialty interest.
Occasionally referred to as a spit roast.
A spit roast, indeed it was. Up the both ends.
Yeah.
Both ends.
So a colonoscopy and a gastroscopy.
Gastroscopy, yeah. Looking for stuff.
Were they doing any of this sort of, oh yeah, take it big boy, oh yeah, or did they not have a sense of humour about that?
They kind of did.
Kind of?
And they kind of didn't.
Yeah.
First thing they had a sense of humour about was it took them 14 goes to find a vein. And so they kept on stabbing me, and after about the 8th go, the anaesthetist who was stabbing me was going, I am really, really sorry. And I said, I blame myself.
Yeah.
And so the rest of the theatre was laughing, and she was not. She felt a bit shit. And then eventually she got it in and said, thank you for your patience. I went, no, we're good. Then let's get that good juice going. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone stopped and looked at me like, you drug pig.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah,
actually. It's fair.
They get a bit twitchy when you're too eager for the medical grade anaesthetic.
And I get a bit twitchy for the medical grade anaesthetic.
So you can see the situation that's developing here.
You know, it was awkwardness all around.
Yeah.
And then they pumped me full, and then I woke up halfway through, which you're not supposed to technically. And then they said, don't worry, AIDzee, just straighten your arm, matey. We're going to give you another hit of that 90s. And
AIDzee, go bye-bye now.
Yeah, no, I really did. Wave to us, bye now. And then I woke up. And then they said, yeah, are you good to get up? And I went, yeah, I'm good to take on walls. I'm good to climb cliffs. I'm good to drive out of here. And they went, none of that is going to happen.
No.
We are quite serious about that.
Yeah.
They get a bit dodgy when they won't even let you leave the hostibule on your own. On account of the fact that you're stoned off your guts.
Yeah, they want an at least semi-responsible adult.
Yeah. And I found one.
Hey!
and they were all like, are you going to have someone to stay with you tonight? And I've gone, yeah, there'll be heaps of people around. There won't. There'll be my housemates. And we all live in separate flats. But I mean, they'll probably knock on my door and make sure I'm still breathing and stuff like that. Because they're good like that.
Yeah. For some reason, just when you said we all live, Sesame Street song popped into my ear. We all live in a capital line. In the middle of the desert, in the centre of the sky.
Oh, I just remember the capital I song.
Yeah. Everyone who works on the show takes heaps of drugs to come up with these ideas.
Yeah. Oh, and what was the other one? Lowercase h. Or lowercase n. It was. Lowercase n was the other freaky one. And also...
There was a lot of freaky songs.
Quarter milk, stick of butter.
Oh,
a loaf of bread, a quarter milk, and a stick of butter.
Yeah.
And she had to go past the street and was like, what did you buy first, dear? What did you buy first? Because I've had that journey.
Yeah.
And there was also my favourite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The significant acid trip pinball machine.
That's the one.
Yeah. Fucking messed up.
Thanks for introducing that into my head.
No, I thought that would fit because
it does. It really does.
While we had a good time at White Night, I did post videos of us at White Night.
And we did have a good time at White Night.
We did both say the colours were almost begging for certain
enhancements.
Yeah, on the pharmaceutical side of things. And well, it's not the legal ones certainly have their effect. You were saying that you'd probably enjoy White Night even more if it was happening right now.
Absolutely. I would be really up for a bit of White Night right now. You know, a bit of togetherness, a bit of crush, and a little bit of look at the colours. Look at the colours. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh dear, yeah. But we're making do with early peak hour traffic. It's not quite as fulfilling for the soul, but we'll survive.
But we will have to just deal. I've just got a deal for the next 24 hours, they tell me.
Yeah.
But I mean, they say 24 hours, but realistically, by the time tomorrow, this buzz will be gone.
Yeah,
When
you'll
I get up in the
sleep.
morning, I'll sleep.
And you'll wake up, and
I'll have some special dreams tonight, and that'll be about it.
Yeah.
I must remember to take cheese before I sleep.
All right, for the funny dreams.
For the funny dreams.
Yeah. What does that? Is it like the microbial aspect of cheese that?
Well, they used to think, right? They used to think it was really rural, and then they said, no, it's a myth. But then it kept on happening. People kept on reporting it.
Yeah.
And so then they said, what it actually is that people who have got varying different degrees of lactose intolerance have hystemic reaction to the cheese, and it's the hystemic reaction that stuffs with your dreams.
Right. Yeah. It gets to the point where something's accepted wisdom, where you get more or less a placebo effect anyway. If you expect something to happen, it's
going to happen, yeah. Well, the thing is, you can get the same effect from getting a mozzie bite, a bad mozzie bite.
Yeah.
You know, if you're allergic to mozzie bites, like I am.
Yeah. I was sharing this my kids the other day to gross them out and distract them from something. When I was young, and one time I had this drink. In Australia, we call it a spider. US, you call it like an ice cream float or whatever. It's with a carbonated drink. You put ice cream in it so it goes all foamy. Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
There was this not very widely distributed flavour called cherry cheer.
Oh, wow. We are old, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, right?
We are old.
The local Coca-Cola bottler made it, I think. It wasn't sort of big mainstream thing, but the local soft drink manufacturer made it.
Yeah.
And I had that once as a float with ice cream, and it made me throw up. And because it was just ludicrous red food colouring, it was this pink foamy vomit. It was pretty spectacular.
I imagine it would have been too.
In my head, because I was quite young, I was probably pre-teen, in my head, it was the drink that caused it. It was probably something completely unrelated. It's maybe everything I'd been eating. Yeah. Maybe I had a bit of a tummy bug, who knows. But in my head, it was cherry cheer and ice cream made me vomit. So a couple times, like when I wanted to get out of school, something that I really didn't want to deal with at school was happening, I would get some cherry cheer and have a cherry cheer spider, and I would vomit. And I'm sure that was a psychological reaction. I expected to throw up, so I threw up.
So you do, yeah.
I'm sure there was nothing actually in cherry cheer that was, well, you know. Now, feel free. I'm sure people are going, oh, those food colourings, yeah, and fuck knows what food colouring. Because, you know, this, again, this doesn't so much happen anymore, but when we were younger tackers, and we are talking 30 years ago.
We really are. We really
are. And in outside the capital cities, the soft drinks were actually bottled locally, like under license. But Coca-Cola didn't come from a big factory as it does now. There's Coke and Pepsi factories in Sydney and Melbourne that send the stuff everywhere.
Nationally, yeah. But it used to not be that way.
No.
It used to be the only industry in Canberra was a Coca-Cola bottler.
Yeah. And I grew up in Western New South Wales, and we had a couple of bottling operations in the area. Orbals, that was their name. Local drink manufacturer, and they had the Coke license.
Yeah, right.
And cherry cheer was done locally. It was never a huge flavour, but it was bottled by the Coca-Cola bottlers. And psychological. I'm sure it's psychological. Again, fuck knows what they were putting in it. But I think it was just psychological that if I had that in ice cream, I'd throw it. Not if I just had the drink. Not if I just had ice cream. Not if I had ice cream and a different fizzy drink.
No,
cherry cheer and ice cream. Spew City.
beautiful, and that will get, and of course the gorgeous colours.
Yeah, pink foamy stuff. So it
made it look really medical.
Kind of looked like you were throwing up your stomach lining or something.
Yeah, fully.
So it's a good way to get out of school.
Yeah.
Not that you should jig school kids. Good, no, I'd never.
Heavens no. Heavens to Murgatroyd, don't do that.
No.
Education is important.
Yeah, because what your parents tell you about school governing your whole life, absolutely true.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. To the extent that the day after you leave school, no one ever gives a fuck about you.
Ever again.
Never once will it come up.
No.
That's a slight exaggeration, but seriously, if you go on to uni, once you've done uni, school never comes up again. No. If you go out into the workforce, once you've got your first job, school never comes up again. And the sad fact is, uni almost never comes up again.
That's right.
Maybe it's a base qualification for the type of work you want to do.
Yeah. But once you get that first gig, that's it.
Yeah, you still have to have the base qualification.
You still have to have gone.
But in terms of people going like, well, what were your grades like at uni? Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
Never.
And in fact, you're better off, if you go into uni, you're better off getting literally a part-time job in a bloody kitchen because your new employer wants to see that you actually know how to punch a card.
Yeah, that you've worked a job in your life.
Yeah. They're actually very leery of employing graduates who've never had a gig.
Yeah. And I know you did work in kitchens. I did. What were the big three in fast food in the day? Macca's, KFC, and Pizza Hut. Yeah. I worked at all of them. Macca's while I was at school, KFC between school and uni, and Pizza Hut at uni. And I lasted 2 weeks at KFC. Jesus, that was a shit place to work.
I can imagine.
It's really different now.
Yeah.
The whole product line's different, and maybe it was just the store that I was in, but I pretty much hated everything about it. And you can't say, oh, you're a quitter. I mean, I did McDonald's for 18 months. I did Pizza Hut for over a year. So it's not like this work is below me, because that was never the case. It was just horrible. It was heavy lifting, getting your hands cut to pieces by chicken bones.
Yeah.
Oh, and the boss was such a prick.
Yeah. Why is that? Why is it that in the places that don't need it, the boss is an asshole? I don't, because your big three foods, they're a franchise operation. All of the operations in that store are manualed out by head office. Right, what you do is you take the big bloody, what do they call it, dividing folder?
Oh yeah, the manual.
The big manual.
Yeah.
You read the stuff up and you just do what's on that piece of paper, and you will actually coin cash.
Yeah.
It's that simple, but no. They've got to bloody piss in the corners somehow and make the store individually theirs, when they're not supposed to. And then they bloody, and I tell you what, a lot of the trouble is, a lot of employers get this attitude that their staff's wages is theft.
Yeah.
And they get this attitude about paying the staff and how the staff are stealing from them by bloody doing the work.
Yeah.
And then they want to take it out on the staff they've hired, and it's like, you're a moron.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you set up immediately a situation where the staff becomes resentful, and the most damaging thing to any bloody business is when the staff go werewolf.
Yeah.
That is not what you want, because they did a big survey of theft of retail places, and they discovered that depending on the culture, it was the staff were the worst offenders. Oh
yeah, you get all those signs about shoplifting costs. Technically it is shoplifting, but 80% of it's done by staff.
You know, but then you have places like, I'm just going to say the name, David Jones, where each staff member is a shareholder.
Yeah.
And if you get caught stealing, the other staff will kick your ass.
Yeah, because everyone loses.
They won't even bloody call the cops. They'll just kick your ass. And they do things like, well, you've stolen that, you can replace the product and you can put $100 in. Otherwise, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
Because they all own it, and they all back direction of the store. It's things like, you know, the girl at the front counter says, if we put the perfumes over here and the bloody bags over here, we'll make more money. Management goes, well, you work it, you do it.
Yeah.
You know, and if your idea works, then they bump you up.
Yes.
You know, it's a bloody meritocracy. And so it's one of those crazy situations where don't steal from DJs because the staff will bloody cut you.
Yeah, and even if it's not a place where you can necessarily steal, I've known from so many workplaces bad bosses who treat staff like they're stealing by daring to draw down a wage. The staff go out of their way to fight back.
Yeah.
They just all the little things you do go, what's the bare minimum I can do?
Yeah.
And pull in a wage. I mean, I've been in some jobs and they were so fucked, and I was openly colluding with other people, like we need to work at less than 50% capacity, because then if they crack the whip on us, we can crank it up to 75% and look amazing and still only be working at 75% capacity. Because you think, oh, I should work at least 75-80% capacity. No, because the bosses will be fuckheads no matter what.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm already at, oh God, they're going to drive me into the ground. And then you get these people who think, oh, my job, they make me work 12 hours a day and on weekends. And you're an idiot, because they'll never appreciate you. They'll never reward you for it.
It will never get better.
Out of the blue, one day you'll get sacked.
Yeah,
and
walk away, because it won't get better.
You'll then realise you've got a couple 1,000 hours unpaid overtime.
Yep.
And they
and you're not getting that,
you.
by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which bloody person hires you. I know from bitter experience, it doesn't matter how close your boss is.
Yeah.
When you get fired with a couple of 1,000 hours of unpaid overtime, you're not getting it.
Yeah. And I think one of the oldest and truest pieces of wisdom I was ever given is nobody on their deathbed says, geez, I wish I spent more time at work. What the fuck are you doing, you fucking stupid cunt? The fuck was that? You fucking moron!
Please kill me. I'm tired of life.
Fuckwit just really slowly pulled across multiple lanes right in fucking front of me, you dumb fucking cunt. Yeah, you can see me in the rearview mirror, you piece of fucking shit.
I don't know if you
Jesus.
can. Those Coke bottles are fairly serious.
Fucking arsehole. It's one thing to do the wrong thing, but to do the wrong thing really fucking slowly, just begging for it. Swear to God, we'd be doing this fucking world a favour. Look, we're going over a bridge now. We should just run this guy off the road into the fucking water. Swear to God, be doing the world a fucking favour taking him out. Because he's going to take someone out one day with fuckwit behaviour like that.
I think we've got senility going on here.
Oh, it's that classic fucking... Jesus. Alright. Well, that had to happen. That's everyone's favourite thing, me getting angry in traffic.
I'm glad we didn't die.
Yeah.
Fucking could have.
Yeah. Be like, you know, Russian dash cam sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a bit of that. It's just, and this is one of those situations that aggravates the fucking shit out of me. Like, some people may go, oh, he just had to get... There was no one behind us. There was no one behind us in traffic. No. If this fucking moron had just waited like he was legally required to do, and his safety and preservation of life fucking required him to do, he would have just got in behind me. But he's just fucking senile and should be off the fucking road. Jesus Christ, honestly. So yeah, I have most of the times in videos I'm acting, but I genuinely have a very low tolerance for stupidity.
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware of that.
I'm more or less, and they know that too.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Some of them don't know I'm acting, and then some think I'm acting all the time.
Yeah. I know the difference.
Yeah.
You can usually tell when I go really quiet. When I go really, really quiet, that's when angry's being a bit actually angry. And when the boss is really angry, let it go. let it go.
Yeah.
I don't have helpful hints. Usually I've got helpful hints. Often, sometimes, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes just let that ride.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but that
was almost, and then they got out of the car moment.
Oh. It's just...
It was getting there, wasn't it?
Jesus Christ, it was so stupid. It's the combination of, okay, people do life-threatening things all the time by accident.
Or by design.
Yeah. And people do stupid things all the time. Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes.
Some people have got a blind spot in some area of their life that they're in denial of. Whatever.
Yeah. But when someone does something that's rude, stupid, and life-threatening,
you've got to fucking say something. You can't just let that shit go.
It's often like, I mean, okay, I always joke about like running over jaywalkers or stupid people or running them off the road. So it's not something I actually do, but I do like to communicate in not altogether subtle ways to some people what they're doing is very wrong and life-threatening. And often when I hassle jaywalkers, like beep at them or gently share my view of their parentage and
their future prospects.
Yeah, and people say, "Oh, yeah, geez, let them go." And I genuinely believe, no, I shouldn't just let them off the hook. Okay, I'm not actually gonna kill them like I say I am, but I honestly, letting them off the hook is counterproductive because they've just done something stupid, obnoxious, and endangering their own life. I mean, I'm in a fucking big thing on steel with an engine and wheels. It's going to get a dent in it if I hit them. Okay?
But they're not going to get a dent.
And if they're just going to walk across traffic, no one wants to hit me. Well, you know, there are days when I want to hit you. Okay?
Yeah.
And I think you need, and I'm one of the nice ones, quite honestly.
And frankly, too, I'm getting a bit sick of young ladies who are too hot to die.
Oh, yeah, you see that. And they just don't look because you're looking at them because they know everyone's looking at them.
And I just go, yeah, darling, you're sweet and you're hot, but you're not too hot to die.
No. A couple of tons of steel moving at a certain velocity has a different opinion.
I spend, 3 months out of every 12 in hospital?
Yeah.
And the stories I could tell you about people who are too hot to die.
Yeah, who have found out that their views are not, strictly speaking, accurate. Congruent with the laws of physics.
Yeah. What? Physics has laws now?
Yeah, right.
What are we like? What, the universe police?
Yeah, are we living in Nazi Germany where...
Are we living in a constant where light never accelerates beyond a certain point?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's all too much. So, yeah, but I like to put the wind up people who stupidly risk their own lives, because there are people out there who, honestly, I'm a fairly good driver. I've never had a serious accident in my life, and even the minor ones have been someone else's fault. There are people who are bad fucking drivers who aren't paying attention, and there are some who just don't give a shit. They seriously don't.
They seriously don't.
You step in front of them, they're just going to hit you.
And they will blow you the fuck away.
And there are people every day who don't make it home, and often through no fault of their own. So God, don't ask for it.
Never push the point.
Because
never push the point.
There's so much shit out of your control that can snap you out like that. You don't want to be the one who's actually at fault.
Yeah. Don't throw the dice unless you really have to.
So that's the end of that philosophy, because I've got AIDzee home now.
Booyah!
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing me home from the hostibule.
That's okay, and we'll be back to making videos, and we'll see you all soon.
Sweet.
Bye.
Bye.